Well, hello, my Instacart Pearls of Wisdom community. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Sarah, and this is Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. But I also do DoorDash and Uber Eats, although Uber Eats has had nothing lately. And I don't know if it's because they've absorbed Postmates or because they've had this ad campaign on the radio stations. Come join Uber Eats, do 10 trips and get 250 as a bonus. It kind of, you know, there you go. There's going to be a flood of people. And so here we are to us here on Cape Cod. It's officially summer. And I still gravitate mostly towards Instacart, or I should say, I prefer Instacart. And although I did have a DoorDash yesterday for CVS and I loved it, it was easy peasy simple. There were some miles involved, like 8 miles to the person's house. It's still in the village that I live in, but it's okay. And I'm happy doing my Instacart orders mostly. And so it's nice when they're bountiful and you can pick and choose. I had a snarky 4-star last week. Instacart wouldn't tell me why, but I assume it was this particular lady who was non-responsive, and which means that she's probably older. You could tell by the name, kind of, and so punish the shopper when you don't get what you want, but you don't know how to read your app. I think that's my biggest frustration is when they're available, there's nothing else like it. And, yesterday I had one customer does not want to be contacted, so I don't do my greeting. And when something isn't available, it gets refunded without the, availability of replacements being sent in the just in case. And so this morning I was not surprised that she ordered three root beers, A&W root beers, and she claimed that she only got two. And in the fraud report that I did, I said, interesting, it's her version of buy two, get one free, tongue in cheek. And, it's like I bagged them. I double bagged them. And so I know what she got. And it's kind of hard to lose a 2-liter root beer. It weighs about 5 pounds, I think. And I double bagged them with the maximum of 3. That's all I can handle. At the 4 just tips me over, literally, like a strong wind. And so I know that she got her. I don't want her A&W root beer. Trust me, if I was going to have a soda, it wouldn't be an A&W root beer. Not that there's anything wrong with A&W. In fact, they just closed. They had an A&W restaurant down here with the car hop where they would roller skate over to your window and put it like very old fashioned. It was cute, but it went out. So yeah, I guess it's kind of difficult when you're used to kind of being cheerful or positive or very professional with them and letting them know when something is there and something isn't there and giving them options. But when they say don't communicate, it's like, okay, I won't, but doesn't that kind of limit you if something runs out? But, we have to honor what they say. And as Gary Instacart Dude says, we walk on water for these people. And so the ratings, I'm digging out. I've got a 4.98 and I'm digging out of that 4-star. And it is what it is. So I just keep doing it. I don't even want to contact Instacart shopper support. I love that shopper care, whatever version they have, but it's really no care. And ask them how many I have to do to keep digging. I know I have to keep digging. And so that's that. And so, we do what we do. We suit up every morning. I know it's important to be very, very careful in produce. If you can, always check those strawberries and raspberries and blueberries because that one little rotten one might be right in the center, I have no problem opening up and taking it out. I um, call me a bad person, but when I see a rotten strawberry in there and it's a large one, I'm gonna, if I can't find another one that doesn't have damage, because it just seems they all have just a little mold or a little rot, and so I will take a good one from another one to finish out the container, the clamshell, as they say in the biz, and give that customer all good fruits. It's just important. And checking the apples as well, really giving it a go round. When I get an order for bananas, sometimes I know by the person ordering. I have a few group homes that I deliver to. So I know that they zoom through that 2 pounds of bananas. But there's other people where you can tell it's a couple or maybe a small family of some sort. And that 2 pounds, you want to go different gradations of ripeness. And sometimes it's impossible. Sometimes they're all green, sometimes they're all banana bread ripeness. And you can, almost see the fruit flies fly off in the store as you pick up a bunch. I do so much try to find that variety, though. It's important. One time I had somebody, and so I got to the bread section, and they wanted an Arnold bread, one of those, gazillion grain ones. And the one that I got was due to expire in 2 days. And underneath it or behind it were the ones that had a later date. So the store was just trying to offload, the almost expired. So check those too, because you never know. And this person was obviously, they're spending $4 for that loaf of bread. Give them what they want. That's what I say. And another thing that can be tricky is eggs. Always look at the expiration date. Shaw's, I love my Pete and Jerry jumbo eggs. It's just one of my personal favorites. So they had a bounty of them yesterday. So I said, well, I'm going to get a dozen of these jumbos. It's nice to see them when you do. And they aren't priced. I think they were only $5.99 instead of like $9.99 at Whole Foods. But it was dated June 12th. And that's a little too soon for me, because I have, rotation. I always have a couple of dozen in rotation, and maybe the customer does too. So just being aware of those items, especially as we get to this time of the year. I'm really glad I have the Belford. They're the top of the line thermal bags. You can fit almost 3 full grocery bags and a gallon of milk in them. So they're huge. And I have one in the back seat of the Camry and one in the trunk of the Camry. And yesterday I had those hot chicken sandwiches and the fried chicken breasts from the deli area. And then I had all these frozen foods, these frozen veggies, and some like Smart Ones type of things. And so, I didn't want to put them in the same bag. This is the root beer lady, kind of interestingly. I didn't want to put them in the same bag, so I was glad that I had them. And I have some other thermal bags too, but here in the Northeast, we have 6 months of where, you don't really need the thermal bag unless it's something hot. And so I know that we just have to be mindful as we make that transition to, instant heat and humidity, the sun beating down on the trunk or the hood or through the windows. And so, it might not be that warm outside. It might be just a lovely spring day, but inside the car, it's a hothouse. And so I utilize those a lot more. And I did get these two, gosh, they're about the size of a laptop from Amazon. I think they were $27 for the two of them. And they're thin but big, like a laptop, the ice freezer things. So I will start bringing those with me on my trips too. So in the frozen or the dairy items can go in that thermal bag, and then I'll have the other one if there's more of the deli hot items or a rotisserie chicken or something. So I guess it's important to be of food safety, picking out, and then food safety and transportation as well. And I know that, I wouldn't want my ice cream melted because sometimes my freezer would refreeze it, but with that frostbite on it would be a frosty refreeze. So it's important to keep everything as uber cold as you can. As you dash to their houses. Just stop it, Sarah. Go get a day job. So, yeah. So it's just a mindful time of year for me up here in the Northeast of United States to be aware of like how hot the vehicle will get, and and sometimes the sun beating through the thermal part is like all warmed up too. So I've got to keep those ice things in the car, and that's just a reminder to both of us, I guess. But anyway, that was Sarah just doing the Instacart, and I hope you have a wonderful day and profitable, and you make your goals and you have goals, and if you're digging out like I am, it's working. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you here the next time. This has been Sarah, Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. Bye-bye for now.